Yeah, you're looking at 23 fields, mainly soccer, lacrosse. We also have flag football out here. We have frisbee tournaments. We work every day with our sports division led by Sean Walter to diversify the types of sports business that comes out here, because it really feeds our economy for the mainland properties. Well, we're going to generate about 5,000 room nights in Manatee County alone. Sarasota County will also benefit, and we're happy about that. They help us sponsor an event like this. But to have this kind of a tournament during this time of the year is really important to sustain visitation year-round. Charles, as you know, right now we have an international visitor restriction. Tis the season for the British visitors to come here, the Central Europeans, and right now that water's shut off. So to be able to bring in some sports business during this time is really, really important, and we're so glad that not only our department, the Public Safety Department, and the Lakewood Ranch Chargers have done a great job with stringent guidelines to make sure these athletes are safe while they're enjoying getting outdoors and competing. Correct. Schroeder Manatee had the idea after the real estate crash, led by Rex Jensen, to build this beautiful complex. We sponsored events while they owned it. And as you know, Lakewood Ranch is doing a great job developing this beautiful community. Keep in mind, when Lakewood Ranch is built out, probably in 15, 20 years, it'll be bigger than Palmetto, Bradenton, Sarasota, and Venice combined. Pre-COVID, it was number one, number two in the United States for fastest growing master plan development. So Rex built an elite complex out here, and the charge from our Board of County Commissioners when they bought this, it'll be 3 years, I think this January, is to maintain this as an elite complex, which led by Dave Schumer, our field superintendent, Carmine D'Amelio, the parks maintenance manager. We've been able to accomplish that because we have to continue to separate ourselves from the competition, because this business is important to any kind of community, let alone communities in Florida. Absolutely. We do have some plans for some capital enhancements when that time is right. And the best thing we can do moving forward is continue to listen to the customer. Listen to the coaches, listen to the Lakewood Ranch Chargers, the United States soccer leagues that do business here, because if we can continue to serve them in a unique manner based on our competitive set, we're going to continue to grow and bring in some unique business. And I'll give you another tidbit. Events like this will bring first-time visitors to the Bradenton area. And as I've mentioned to you before, first-timers to the Bradenton area through third-party research return within 1 year 94% of the time. So the people you see behind me, we know they'll come back for vacation, spend time on our beautiful sugar white sand beaches, and at the end of the day, we know they'll eventually convert to real estate owners or business owners. It's a gift that continues to give. It's a nice household demographic that comes to events like this, because people that come here, we want to make sure they can afford the assets in our community. And right now, the household income for a visitor to the Bradenton area is right around $120,000 per family. That's a nice number that has the affordability to be able to enjoy all the amenities in this beautiful community. Diversification is really, really important. I do a bad job calling this a soccer venue. It is so much more than that. To see flag football out here, to see rugby out here, Australian football, we don't do a good enough job educating the residents of what goes on here. And we have the Wine Fest out here, annually. This year, they're going to hold off because of the unprecedented adversity that we're in, but we know they'll be back. We've talked to other nonprofits to bring their business out here because the way this community is growing, we'd love to see additional signature events, not only to generate new dollars to the community, but for our residents out east to enjoy as well.
And you have the room to accommodate.
Absolutely. We're at about 146 acres north of here. You may have heard they're getting ready to build a brand new library. There's going to be what I have a bad habit of calling, there'll be a future GT Bray East out here that'll be led by Charlie Hunsaker and his team. So as the community grows, the amenities need to grow with it. We don't have a better partner than Rex Jensen out here, so the collaboration is good. And if we keep challenging each other for the greater good, I'm excited to see where we're at 5-10 years from now. Yes, sir. And it was really led by the Lakewood Ranch Chargers. We followed the guidelines in Phase 2 from the governor's office. And I'll give you a couple examples. Today, we're only using 50% of the soccer fields spread out throughout the day. You can only allow 1 or 2 parents to come and enjoy watching their child compete. We have tracing forms that Lakewood Ranch Chargers are adhering to. So it's over and above the CDC guidelines. Is it perfect? We'll find out. But what is the most important thing we can do is make sure that we're managing these events led by the client who's assuming the liability, and the safety of the athletes, the coaches, the parents are first and foremost. Once we master that, then the economy kicks in, and now we're feeding our economy that's really hungry right now. And then the follow-up is the most important. We'll debrief with the Lakewood Ranch Chargers, find out what good happened and what may need polishing up a little bit, because they're looking at an October event and maybe something as early as December. We're real satisfied. Things look good out here right now, and we just keep moving forward and continue to be responsible and err on the side of caution. Well, I start my 28th year in October, if you can believe that. And what I learned a long time ago is you're as successful as your leaders. So I've been blessed to be supported and trusted by the Board of County Commissioners. A lot of support by the county administrator and her deputies. That's first and foremost. And as you know, I'm not the smartest guy, maybe the least intelligent department head in Manatee County government, but I'm smart enough to hire smarter people around me. We have employees that are expert in their areas. They're always one step ahead of the norm. And if I can give them the tools, the empowerment, and the philosophy to go do what they do great, we'll have success. And that's how I've been successful. We're a small piece of the puzzle in this community, but the partners in this community, from the Rex Jensens to the Chamber of Commerce and abroad, really helps us to be successful. So it makes my job fun and dynamic, and the years are going pretty fast. The most important thing that we can talk about that visitors bring to a community is it helps feed resources that usually governments can't afford to enhance the quality of life for our residents. What we don't talk about enough is tourists generate what's called a tourism tax that can buy parts of premier sports campuses, that can pay for a convention center, museums, the beach renourishment. 1 out of the 5 pennies that are collected renourish that 7 miles of sugar white sands on Anna Maria Island, and then part of Longboat Key as well. Charles, that's an $18 million project that is not paid by the residents. Tourists also generate sales tax that pay for services for the residents that live here. Tourists also eventually buy real estate that create demand for our properties that we own, that increase the value of our houses if we own it. And they also buy businesses. So, for example, Premier Sports Campus, about 40% of the business are residents that live here. And if you could purchase things, support things with a tourism tax that's not paid by the residents, and it's an amenity that the residents can use, there's no better partnership than that. That's what makes the job fun, and it's my job to educate those residents so they understand the value of a tourist. I don't like it when the traffic is busy in the wintertime because there's more tourists here. It's the give and take. You got to pick your poison. And when we talk about the value of the tourist, 9 times out of 10, the resident embraces them and understands why we're targeting them. Well, first and foremost, it's being in line with the philosophies of the Board of County Commissioners that are voted in by the residents to set policy. That's the first and foremost. So we'll work through the county administrator's office to make sure, especially we'll have new board members, to make sure they know what we do, why we do, where we're doing it, and look at a lot of residents and businesses would say, Elliot, where's the future of tourism? As you know, the islands are built out. We need to be careful and sustain the real, authentic Florida. You can't find another Anna Maria Island in the state of Florida. We need to protect it while we bring visitors to that beautiful island. The urban core redevelopment efforts are paramount to our future. To embrace and focus and communicate with the business developing community in Parrish and Lakewood Ranch is imperative to our future. So if we can mix some amenities that appeal to visitors like Premier Sports Campus while more rooftops are coming out through single family homes, then that's what I think that may make sense in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Think about it, Charles. Where we stand today may be the center of Manatee County 20 years from now. So you can only get it right one time, and with that collaboration and candidness, and we challenge each other, this county is one of the best counties to live, work, and play. I think that's Lakewood Ranch's tagline, and I'm just blessed to be a part of it. Me as a leader moving forward, I have to continue to sincerely be humble, be unselfish, be transparent, and the best way I can lead is empower our great employees that do great work for our residents. It's as simple as that.
I'm Gretchen Fowler, and I'm here as a parent of one of the U14 players of the North Manatee Soccer League. We are the Mutiny, and we played this morning at 8 a.m., so we were here bright and early at 7. You know, I've always liked Premier. We've been here many times. They've got good drainage. They've got good parking. You know, they're very good about keeping it up, and now that it's a county facility, it's nice to know that Manatee can offer something like this. You know, we'd like to have something a little bit closer to home because we are building out there. You know, Mutiny's from Parrish, North Manatee's from Parrish, and you know, this is the one place we can come to play some tournaments that are local. Yeah, and that's I'm not quite sure which ones ended up in, but I know we've had I know of 3 of us at least, probably more.
So,
You know, I am. They, you know, set out, actually, they were very good about sending out the waivers, the restrictions, what their expectations were, what they were going to do for the kids, what they wanted the parents to do. So we had to sign waivers, and we also got information right before on how they were going to prepare for this and what they would like to see from us and the teams. And it was good to be prepared when we walked in. Yeah, it's really good to see. I mean, we've been talking about it as parents. The kids have been talking about it. They have been looking forward to playing a game for so long because our season got cut short and we weren't able to finish out last year. And this is our first game of the season, our first official tournament. And they were all so excited. You know, even my son was up. I didn't even have to wake him. You know, and we were trying to figure out why they wanted Premier, you know, to purchase it from the private owner. And looking now, you can see this gives Manatee County an opportunity to bring people in and showcase that's the way they call it. This is the showcase tournament. They can show what we have to offer in Manatee County. We have teams north of the river, south of the river. You've got competing teams on both sides, and we are all playing here this weekend.
Well, I'm Luis Mendoza. I'm the director of Western FC, and then we're here to enjoy the first day of real football. Well, first, to start playing the game that we've been waiting for so long, and then the other thing is that to have the players and coaches and parents safe, and then that's very important. And this tournament is doing a great job in that aspect. Yeah, like I say, amazing. The information that we received before the tournament start, it was very clear, and then this is the first game that we play, and then already everything looks fantastic. Yeah, to play a competitive game, we've been practicing and training, but it's totally different. Now we need to compete.
I'm Sandra Guerra. I'm the operations manager for the Convention and Visitors Bureau. I'm out here today to make sure that everyone is staying safe and having fun at this tournament. This is an annual event. It's the Chargers Labor Day tournament, so once it comes around, everybody knows it's time to come out here and get the games going. So for the 4 days, normally we have about 20,000 people, but we did go ahead and eliminate the amount of space we had between people, so we're looking at about 10,000 coming through the weekend. Yeah, we're trying to make sure that even with the COVID-19 guidelines, everybody manages to come out and participate and support the sport. Sure. We've got some of the signage all over the place to make sure people understand how far 6 feet is. We've got multiple cleaning crews going through the restrooms, the stands, wherever people might be sitting, standing, eating, talking. And in between games, which are about 90 minutes, people will go through and we'll make sure that we spray everything down with sanitizer just in case anybody might have come through while you weren't paying attention. Oh, yeah. We've gotten a lot of people who are just happy to be here, and they're glad we could make it happen for them. Yes, we play right about until 8 p.m., 10 p.m., depending on how good the game is going. Yes, there's 22 lit fields, and we want to make sure that even if they're out here at night, we're keeping them safe. Yes, all over Florida. We've got a trainers out here from Southwest Beach who's just like, this is completely different to what we've got going down there. Yeah, it's a testament to the teams that are out here every day, making sure the fields are green and everybody's ready to play when they come on site. I think people should know that it's out here and that we are available for more than just soccer. We have plenty of fields, plenty of space. We can stripe whatever we need to, and we can take advantage of the fact that right now outdoor events are the easiest and most COVID-friendly to plan.
General Manager at the Bradenton Area Convention Center and the Pal Crosley Estate. I'm here today to see just how wonderful this event is and how excited we are about it. We also are starting to promote events across all 3 of the fantastic venues that we own, which is the Premier Sports Campus, the Bradenton Area Convention Center, and the Pal Crosley Estate. There's so much you can do at each venue. Today we have 140 acres that this event is on, and we are so excited to have the event because you can really spread out across this acreage. We know that we are using half the fields, which for this event are 28, which is half fields, full fields, plus the stadium. So it's half fields, full fields, plus the stadium. Plus, what's really great is that allows every other field so that parents aren't too close together. They're completely social distanced, and we're even 15 feet away from where the border is for the field so that the roughs can run up and down and be completely safe. 100%. And we at the Bradenton Area Convention and Visitors Bureau that promotes the sports and wants to bring people in to our beautiful destination cannot thank property management enough, who maintains all of the fields and all of the irrigation. They do an absolutely fantastic job, and we love our partnership with others that work in the county with us. The Premier Sports Campus is truly loved throughout the state and the region. I can't tell you today how many parents have been thanking us and telling us how happy they are to be here and to support their kids. We are very, very lucky. Yes, Premier Sports Campus is quite unique in the fact that we have these large green open fields. We actually have a robot that can mark the fields, so you can do all kinds of different sporting events, such as rugby, lacrosse, soccer. You're never limited. And we've had quite an interest in other types of events. For instance, we've had the Suncoast Wine Festival, which is outstanding with all kinds of tents and all kinds of people that have come. You really need to see it. The Premier Sports Campus is really important for Manatee County. It really is a showcase out in the Lakewood Ranch area. We love working with all the sports properties throughout the county, affiliations with people like IMG and folks like IMG. And we can't tell you how many people come here, they fall in love with Manatee County, and then they might come back and visit the beaches, come downtown Bradenton perhaps, and come back year after year after year. It's just really a great asset to have.
I'm Andres Gonzalez. I'm from Weston FC, and we're here to win. From Weston, it was 2 and 45 minutes. Yeah.
So have you been to this facility before?
Yeah, I've been here.
What do you think of it?
It's amazing. Like 2 years ago, we came here for a showcase, and we saw Brazil U17 against United States here, and it was a really good game. Yeah. Yeah, we have been training since June, I believe. We have been training a lot, and we have been waiting for this moment. I've been playing soccer since I am 5 years old. I used to play in Venezuela, and then I moved here, and yeah, I've seen the development of this sport here. Yeah, well, I'm really familiar with Kendo. That's like the classic game between us, and it gets really hard sometimes, yeah. Well, last 2 years, they got us on the last game of the season. And also last year, they got us before the DA Cup, but I think we're here to demonstrate that we're good. Well, I believe they have been great with the paper notice and with all the precautions. I believe like we should keep them. For example, social distancing, the no contact between the players, and always a max on the bench. I believe that's pretty good. Yeah, we should definitely keep them and clean them. It's pretty nice. We don't have a lot of this type of fields in Florida, and I believe we should be grateful for it, and we just need to have a great game to demonstrate the great field.
My name is Tanya Kita. I'm the event manager here at Premier Sports Campus, and we have put on this large tournament with the Chargers at our venue, and seems to be successful so far. Sure. So the facility can actually do 24 full-size soccer fields. We have large parking areas that cover the entire expansion. So we are, how many acres are we?
140 acres and
78 acres of field. It's pretty awesome.
you have stands for your guests to sit
We have stands throughout the stadium. We have another set of bleachers for a makeshift stadium in the back. And then we also have a visitor center for the Lakewood Ranch area that we can use for collateral. We also have set up for football fields as well. We do a lot of the children's football games. We're doing football leagues right now. And the biggest attraction is the stadium, though. Sure. So with COVID-19, we've had with the CDC guidelines to follow, as well as the Manatee County guidelines. So in keeping with that, we have full staff on today for disinfecting, keeping everything well stocked, keeping everyone informed. We actually have social distancing staff on site to remind people to continue to social distance. We have multiple staff members that are going through, even on the bleachers, in between every single game, disinfecting. We have multiple rows closed at any given time, as well as we're only using half the fields for each game, and in between everything gets disinfected, and then they use the opposite fields, back and forth. So we don't have everyone on the same fields at the same time. Everyone seems to be very happy to be out of the house, especially the kids, being physically active and finally getting to play. So they are very, very happy. I know the Chargers have done a great job on their end as well, putting this together and making sure that all the teams are following the protocol as well. So, all the teams have individually been making sure to check temperatures, to go through all of the questions for the guidelines. So they've done really, really well. Anybody that was exposed, they were making sure that they were on 14-day quarantine. So, those factors were all really important in putting this together before we brought everyone out. So typically we would start about 6 months ahead of time. We do this annually, so we're aware what to expect. Although with COVID coming into play, there was a lot more factors to consider. So as soon as COVID started and we had the shutdown, we immediately went into planning mode remotely. Everyone was working from home and putting together, our ideas and protocols. As the phases changed with the state government, we would implement those into our plan, into our COVID plans, to make sure that everyone was streamlined on the same thought process. We have a wonderful facility here. We have a whole staff that manages the fields, and these guys are incredible. You can see our beautiful grass here on the stadium, and we get that a lot from people that travel all over the world and come to this facility. So the guys do a fantastic job. We appreciate them.
And clearly, when did they appear to you?
Well, we also have coming up, it's not just the sporting events. We also do drive-in movie theaters that we have coming in. Since we have such a large parking area, we're going to take advantage of that. We're going to do a series with the county as well doing that. We also have walkathons that come in. We have a series of music events that we're working on right now trying to get booked so we can do actually drive-in music festivals, little mini festivals. So just to give people something to do where they can still social distance and feel safe, but will be family friendly.
And what are the other things?
So we definitely do a variety. We actually do host Australian football. We do their largest tournament. And they will actually be here next year as well. We do ultimate frisbee. We have, we do a wide variety. We actually have a golf event coming in, longevity, where they actually, it's just to see who can hit the ball the furthest. So that'll be a really fun one. We definitely have a large variety of things that are coming in. It's not just soccer based, though we are definitely known for our soccer facilities. We do have other events as well. Sure. So one awesome thing about us is, we're definitely locally ingrained. We do a lot with our local teams, to keep youth outside and moving. But we also do a lot of exposure because we work with U.S. Soccer and a lot of large names. So we get exposure for Manatee County, which is, as we know, an awesome county. We have so much to do. And so we bring a lot of people in from all over the world because of that. So it's a great way to showcase Manatee County.
Christopher Nurse. I was born London, England. I'm here with Western FC with the U16s and U17s, but we have over 18 teams in this tournament, so it's a fantastic opportunity to have the kids out here and good to get them playing again. Yeah, if the kids don't get to play, it hampers their development. So the best thing now is being able to see these kids back on the pitch enjoying playing again.
So what do you think of this facility?
It's incredible. The surface is perfect. There's no reason not to play good soccer on these pitches. It's fantastic for the development of the kids because they don't have to play long ball. They can actually get the ball down and pass it. You can play quick, slick soccer on the surface. So, it's brilliant for the kids.
And what do they think? What are you hearing from your kids, your players, about being able to play again?
I mean, they're all very excited. This is the first opportunity they've got out to compete against other teams, and it builds that confidence inside them again. That game, that match day anticipation that they've been missing for the past 5 months. They're all very, very excited to get back out, and you can see they're enjoying it so far.
Now, as a development,
I mean, you have some of the best teams in the region in this tournament, and that's the most important thing. The kids need to compete against the best players and the best teams so they can aid their development and help them to get better themselves. So this tournament, the facilities, everything is the top notch for this area. So it's a fantastic tournament, fantastic teams, fantastic players. Now we're looking to see some fantastic games.
So as a coach, what do you tell your players about the most important things to work on?
I think at this stage of the season, after being away from the field for so long, it's just a case of playing, getting the confidence, just try to play simple, manage the temperature because it's very hot, so they have to make sure they manage the game in the right way. They cannot go 90% for the whole game, but just try to feel their way back into the game slowly. We're not going to expect them to be in the same condition now as they were 5 months ago, but gradually, it's a process to building them back up to being the best. Yeah, I think, it's very important that we pay attention to the measures. The most important thing for all of us is that we want to see the game playing. And in order for us to see the game playing, we have to wear our masks, we have to sanitize, we have to make sure we stay socially distanced. And there are just a few guidelines that if we can adhere to, the most important thing is that the kids are out there playing. So we're playing our part by making sure we're wearing our masks, social distancing, sanitizing. And the best part is that the kids get to play because of that.
So your tournament?
Well, this team here, Kendall vs Weston, is always a very, that's like the local derby. It's always the most contentious game. It's always a very bloody, eyes red affair. So this is probably the game to watch out for. This is our U19s, Western U19s vs Kendall U19s. So this is probably the game to watch out for. I mean, it's brilliant for the kids for them to be able to play on surfaces and facilities like this. I'm from England, and unless you're in a full professional club, you don't get to play on facilities like this. So the fact that kids in the youth development get to play on these kind of surfaces is fantastic for them to understand and learn how to play the game properly. But just the experience and how the game is when the surface is like this, it's incredible.
Well, today my name is Greg, and I'm here because my son is playing for the Weston FC elite team, and they are basically, kind of starting the season with this tournament. So very important tournament, and it's I believe the first of the season. So it's good.
Well,
Yeah, and you know what? It's very important to stay healthy, right? So I like that the tournament committee basically said that followed some of the rules, and that's very important. So everybody stay healthy. But it's a good chance for first to try the new norm, right? And second, I feel that the kids need this, right? So they need to play, they need to exercise, they need to do that friendly kind of a competition that always it's been in the past this is all about, right? So well, it is very important, right? So he's been playing since he was 4. So it's been a long time, and this is all he does, right? So thinks, breathe, and this is what he basically is all about, and for his future. The competition is healthy. We went to a tournament beginning of March in Texas, and that was the last one, right? So it has been a road or a journey to come back and to try it out. The skills and from competition with the other teams, right? So they're going through the same things, right?
so let me ask you, is this your first opportunity to be here in Nantucket County?
No. I kind of been here last year a couple times with the same tournament.
What do you think of these facilities?
Facilities are great, actually. They're clean, well kept. Why you put that? Are you okay?
No, I just heard a little popping.
Oh, okay.
So the facilities are pretty. I mean, they have 23 soccer
Yeah,
fields.
huge. It's huge, right? So, yeah, they're well kept, well organized, and it is, people from outside, not just from the Florida State. They come in and they get the time to show what their skills are, and the competition is good. So.
Competition.
Yeah, well, no, actually, a big kind of a rival. So it is not that friendly sometimes. So.
That's good too.
But yes, and the game behind they're the U19s, and they are basically we play some of the scrimmages with them, so they're part of the family of Weston SC. So
Now, as a parents, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is a commitment, and it's a commitment from my wife, my family in total, in order to basically follow the dreams of the kids, and make sure that they are totally fulfilled. So, and again, this is to me this is a showcase, right? So, they get to show what they are, their skills, what they do, and it is something for the future. Discipline, commitment, exercise. So it's all good, all overall. And these facilities are great. So